Okay, you're good to go.
Okay. Excuse me. A second there. Okay, before I call the meeting to order, I'd like to welcome two new people. The first one is Blair Botting. Welcome to our meeting. And also we have a new fire chief, and welcome chief to our meeting. I know we wish it was in person, but anyways, this works just as well. All right.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, I call the meeting to order at 4:35. Okay, I'm looking for approval of the agenda.
I see Emily and Phil.
Okay. All in favor?
Yes.
Carried.
Aye.
Do we just have someone join us?
Nope.
Okay. My screen just shows a phone on it.
Oh, that's just Blair.
Oh, that's
Okay.
me. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Number 3, declaration of pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof. We don't have
I
any.
don't see any.
No.
Nope. Nope.
Okay, number 4, 4.1, approval of the March 8th minutes.
I see Heather and Mary.
Okay, motion by and second. All in favor?
I wasn't there, but I support your decision.
Okay. Thank you. Number 5, delegations. We have none tonight.
No.
And we'll go to discussions. 6.1, Tornado Task Force appointment. Emily, is that, you wanted to speak on that?
I don't think I need to speak on that. Maybe Ben or Jessica need to speak on that. I know council's moving forward with this, so I'm assuming that Ben or Jessica, we need someone from this committee to sit on that task force.
Yep. Through the terms of reference, it calls for a member of this committee on the task force.
I'd sit on that.
Okay, so did you want to do a motion for that? That the committee appoint Lloyd Hutchison to be on the task force, tornado task force.
I'll move that motion.
Bill, a second. Okay, so Lloyd being appointed to the tornado task force with Emily moving and Phil seconding.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, we'll go to 6.2, Queen Jubilee Subcommittee report. Our subcommittee met. We had a really good discussion. We need to meet again to make sure everything that we want to do is going to be come together. At this point, there isn't a whole lot sense of saying anything in case something doesn't come through, but it looks like it's very promising, and it looks like it's going to be turn out to be a good event for us on Canada Day as well. So we will have all that information for this committee at the next meeting.
Lloyd, you've got Mary with her hand up.
Yes, go ahead, Mary.
Hi. So the one thing from our Queen's Jubilee meeting that I was going to bring up was about the question about Dan Buchanan, about me reaching out to him. But if we're going to be talking about Queen's Jubilee at the next meeting, should I hold on that then?
Yeah, let's wait till we have a subcommittee meeting and then we'll go from there.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay,
Nope.
we'll move on to 6.3. Awards Subcommittee Report. We had a subcommittee meeting and we agreed to put out for 2 awards, Citizen of the Year and the Gregg Award. And Ben, I'm going to call on you here. I believe you are going to put it out this week or next week. And then the closing date will be May 6th. Then the subcommittee will get together and go over what we have in. Correct, Ben?
Yeah, I don't know if I was given firm dates on when you wanted it to go out, but whatever the committee wants, I will make happen.
Yeah. I spoke to Jim a bit. I think, Jim, we were thinking after this meeting, correct? We get it out.
Yeah, I think in the past, we need to get it out sooner than later. There's not a huge rush for these things, but we should get them out and get them advertised so the public knows. If there's anything you need, Ben, for me, just let me know.
Okay.
Okay, I see on here we have our closing date supposed to be May 6th, but we'll have to change that because that's right around the corner. Or would that be enough time?
I guess if it goes out say Thursday, that'll still give you a good 3.5 weeks or so.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Okay.
Lloyd, Emily had her hand up and then she pulled it down. I don't know if she has it.
My question had to do with the date, so I'm all good.
Okay.
We can always extend it, which we've done in the past, if we don't get enough.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, now, any questions on that before we move on?
None from
Okay,
me.
go ahead.
No, sorry, no questions from me.
Okay. Go to 6.4 Canada Day. Now this will take up a few minutes here. We'll go over it. And I'm just going to follow more or less what we had from the one meeting. And I'll just go through it. Now I will be asking, where did it go here? I will be asking for emotions when it's a large amount of money, spending it so that we know that it's all, everyone's agreeable on it. So where did my paper go? Three, that's one. Okay, Queen's Jubilee. Okay, so we are right here. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, the MC, Tom Rurich agreed to be the MC for the day. And invites will be going out to the mayor to speak and councillors to come, and invites will go out to the MPP and MP. We will be inviting the poet laureate to come and speak. Do you need to speak on that, Emily, or we'll just keep on going?
Yeah, he's firmed up, Lloyd. Okay, he said he requires 5 minutes. That's
Okay,
all.
perfect. And also on Canada Day, we're going to be announcing the Citizen of the Year and the winner of the Gregg Sports Wall honor as well. And also, excuse me, we will be having get firmed up a speaker or someone speaking on the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Now, before the Canada Day ceremony starts, we'll have someone saying, "Oh, Canada." And then after the Queen's Jubilee, we will be having someone sing "God Save the Queen" as well. And then that'll be the last event that we'll be speaking on. And then we'll have cake. And we believe we'll have enough cake this year. Some of it will be decorated for the Queen and some for Canada Day. And then the committee will hand out the cake. And we're looking at having about 400 slices of cake. And between the cake and the cutlery, we're looking at around $500, which we normally spend for cake and cutlery. Okay, and go ahead, Emily.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt, Lloyd. I believe you were copied on an email from the mayor as well, that there might be representation from CFB Trenton along with a fly pass. So I'm assuming that will probably help in and around that will probably happen in and around the opening ceremonies as well. So I just wanted to remind you of that.
Yeah, I did have it written down, but thanks for reminding me. And I wasn't sure what time they did the flyby, because I believe they do a few towns when they're doing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's up to the base. But like I said, if you're adding speakers, that maybe someone from the base might be there to bring greetings from our military neighbors.
That would be great if we had someone there, but the mayor can let us know. We can work that in the last minute. We can work that in.
Okay.
Definitely. Okay, I'll carry on with my list. Okay, now normally we have 2 bands through the day, and so what we decided to do was have a band at night as well, and we're having the downbeat play between 7 and 9 uptown at the park up there, and then through the day we got Ian Roy to come and sing, and we were having trouble to getting another band, so I spoke to Ian Roy, and he's more than willing to sing for 3 hours or more through the day. And so that will take up the entertainment through the day. and the cost for the 2 bands is $900. Okay, now we're going to move on to bouncers. The last time, 2 years ago, we had the bouncers. They come from Peterborough, and they've been doing it for quite a few years. Well, on our subcommittee meeting, Heather was appointed to speak to them, and so anyways, they're not doing it anymore. They decided to scale back, and so that left us looking for someone. So Heather has worked really hard and found one company that would help us. And I believe that's the same company that sends stuff down here to Applefest. And so when we had our meeting, they had some items in there that we didn't think would be appropriate for Canada Day. It might be a little too rough and stuff. So we sent Heather back to speak to them, and the price, of course, has gone up. And so now it's up significantly more, but everything has gone up. Heather, could I ask you to speak on that a little bit of what you got going there now?
Sure, as soon as I can figure out how to unmute.
Thank you.
Okay, so after our first initial conversation, first of all, I called about 10 places for those of you who aren't on the subcommittee, and either they're not doing events anymore, large community events, because of insurance purposes more than anything, liability insurance, or they just didn't have enough to service us. We were referred by Durham tent Bouncy Rentals, a big company in Durham, to approach this main events company. And I talked with the sales rep there, and he said that they do actually do Apple Fest. So we got an initial quote from them, which was around $4,700 for everything, actually more than what we had in the previous years by Bouncers Are Us. But then the committee looked at things and decided that we wanted to jiggle things around a little bit and add another bouncy castle and another what they're calling obstacle courses. So the quote that I have right now has, just to give you an update, and I know you can't see this, but they if you wanted to look on main events, they do have lots. These are big. This is a 50-foot bouncy obstacle course, slide, all sorts of things. So we have 2 of those type of things coming. Also something called an amusement park, which has little cars on it and kids climb on it. 2 bouncy castles, a basketball game where they shoot basketballs, and also they don't have 2 Lloyd, so they are going to provide us with a football, same type of idea that they just toss a football. Popcorn machine and the food and everything, a snow cone machine and the food. We need 4 generators to carry all of this stuff. It's gone up. We originally talked about 3 generators. They are including 3 staff members because of liability issues, because this is a big event and they have large things coming. They want to make sure that all the safety codes and everything are on there. Delivery cost, and I know I'm building up to this because it's a lot of money. Building costs and everything. And our original quote was $4,700, and after all those changes, it's $5,200. 52, 54, 50. Now, when I saw this yesterday, I freaked out. And then I looked at it again this morning and realized that it's actually a lot more. That there's only about a $500 difference between the original quote and the first and this quote. We're getting more things. We're getting an extra obstacle course and an extra bouncy castle and an extra generator and an extra staff person. And so they're really not charging us for a lot of things, and they've upped our discount onto up to $1,000. So it is a lot of money, and we're getting a lot for that money, as far as I can tell, compared to what we used to have with Bouncers Are Us. Anybody got any questions? Oh.
I think it's a pretty good deal.
I think, Emily, when I first saw it last night, I didn't come in till about 7 o'clock last night, and I was really concerned that it had gone up that much. And then when I did the cost out on it, they're giving us the staff member for free and the extra generator for free, really. So it's not as bad as I thought it was.
Yeah, to what we were spending, and this is quite a bit more, but we're getting a lot more stuff as well. And I do believe with the company we're with, their price was going up as we discussed. So as part of the subcommittee, I'm quite pleased on what you got there. I think that's going to entertain the kids. We have stuff for the small kids. And I think it's going to be an awesome event for this. I think it's a great idea. What does the rest of the committee think?
Well, I'd have to agree with you. I think, again, I haven't participated in one of these in the past, but what you're adding to this and what's on the list, I think it's going to attract a lot of families, and a lot of young kids will have a really good time. So thanks for your work. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Claire.
Yeah, I agree. It sounds really good. Sounds like fun for the little ones.
My personal opinion is that this year is going to be a big event because we haven't had one for a few years. So a lot more people are going to come out. And with it being a Friday, we're going to have some people who are tourists coming into the area. So having something, I think it really hits a lot of marks. We've got something for young boys. We've got a Paw Patrol cat bouncy castle. It looks good to me too.
Perfect. Okay, is everybody okay with this? We'll have a motion here to go ahead with this because it's a big item. So Phil,
Yeah,
you
Lloyd-
okay? I didn't hear anything from you, Phil.
Yeah, we discussed in the meeting, and I think it's, it's a good go, and Heather's done a lot of legwork on this, and I think she put together a pretty good package for the kids, and even adults can play the basketball and the football. So good idea.
Perfect. Okay.
Money well spent.
Yeah, Jessica, I believe we need a motion for this.
Well, so are you kind of done with your update? Was that the last of your update for Canada Day?
No, we got more to go, so we do it all at once.
Yeah, so why don't you continue your update and then we will, I'll start working on wording for a motion.
Okay.
And we'll just kind of encompass all the spending.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That saves a lot on that. So, Emily, before we leave this, you were going to get a hold of the Scouts or the Cubs or whatever to help out with this event.
I don't think that was my job
Okay.
because I don't know who to contact.
That, Lloyd, that was actually my job, and I have contacted the Army cadets. I'm just waiting for a phone call back from the actual person who runs it, who is Pam Honer. Does anybody know Pam Honer? No. I spoke with a Jeremy. I don't know what his last name is. I'm terribly sorry. And he put me on to Pam. I'm just waiting to hear from her, but it looks like we're going to be okay. And I think we originally talked about 7 volunteers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we should be good with 7, except we might need volunteers for the popcorn machine and the snow cone machine. So I might ask for a couple more. And I'm sorry, this is subcommittee work, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, that would be great because I'm thinking with what we have there, it'd be nice to have 9 or 10. And if they wanted to do a couple shifts, that would work out perfect.
My thought exactly. I'm going to ask them for probably about 15. So we've got a lot of crossover if we can get that many kids. So we can. So there's a lot of crossover.
Yeah, just for the rest of the committee, the bouncer people ask that we have some people there to help out, to be around the bouncers and stuff like that. In the past, we've had the cadets there to help out, and they've done a wonderful job. So we're going to carry on doing the same thing. And the subcommittee has agreed to give the cadets $300 if we get the full amount of people out that we need. Before, they used to just give them lunch or whatever. We feel if we give them the money and it can go to their organization, they can figure out what they want to do with it. And I think, again, that's money well spent because we're going to be busy enough through the day that we can't be tied down to one spot too long. So good. Is there any other questions for Heather on the bouncies? Okay. Good job, Heather.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to carry on. The petting farm, it no longer exists, so we're not having one this year. We have a face painting person coming. I've talked to her. She's set up. She's ready to go. She's going to do some Canada Day stuff, the Queen stuff as well. She's booked in at $150. The balloon person, that's what we call him. He was there the last time, and he did a great job with balloons, making animals and dogs and all kinds of stuff. And he worked 2 hours nonstop. So I got him booked for the whole day for $300. He did charge more, but being we had him before, he knocked his price down for us. Also, we're looking at ordering some prizes for the fish pond. And I know Emily was working hard on that to get some the cost on that and get some prizes set up. I'm not sure if they got back to you, Emily, or not, but.
No, I'm not done with that yet, Lloyd, but I'll,
Yep.
you gave me an amount, so I'll order
Yeah,
stuff and then invoice
that's
the
good.
municipality.
We're looking at around $600 for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
It had been around 500, but we feel it's going to go up 600, maybe a bit more. So that's where that is. Now we go to Porta Potties. Jim is looking after that, so that's a no-brainer, and he's getting the proper ones and everything. So thanks for doing that, Jim.
Ordered.
And
Ordered.
pardon?
They're ordered.
They're
Oh, we
ordered.
can't hear you, Jim.
They are ordered. I ordered
go.
them last week along with the stuff, the porta potties we normally use in parks during the summer.
By gosh, we heard you that time. Okay, we'll go to the tent. As everyone knows, we have a tent. It's 40 by 60. Carmen Church has sold their tent. That's where we normally get it. So anyways, Phil looked after that. Did you want to speak on that, Phil?
Sure, we got in touch with 3 companies, one in Belleville, two in Belleville, and one in Colborne. And one Belleville company was out of their inventory already for that, all tents actually, for that date. And the company in Belleville, we got a quote of, I believe, 2,700 and change. And the company in Colborne gave us a quote at 2,400. So we've gone with the Colborne company. And for the sake of logistics and ensuring that we did get a tent, because they're apparently going to be slim pickings shortly, through Director Miller, we went ahead and sent a deposit to Encore Tents in Colborne to secure the tent for Canada Day.
Thanks, Phil, because yeah, that's very good to do that, because it was getting a little scary to whether we can get one or not. So perfect. Okay, so yeah, 24.56 50 plus tax, I believe. So okay, that's looked after, and they're coming on Wednesday, right, Phil, to set up for Friday?
Yeah. I believe they're going to work through Jim and his folks and his direction to get the timelines, but Wednesday is the discussed date.
Perfect. What's that? We'll go down to food vendors. Emily, I believe you contacted the food vendors.
yes, I did. The Kin Club has confirmed that they will be doing the breakfast. Rotary and the Lions Club are going to participate along with Harry's Hots and Just Like Granny's. I'm not sure exactly, well, we know what Harry's Hots does, but I'm not sure exactly what Rotary, Lions, and Granny's, although I spoke with Melissa last night, so we're going to keep in touch. People don't want to step on toes as far as so that, they're not in competition with anybody. So we'll get that nailed down at some point.
Perfect. I'll let you keep working with that. It's nice to be there, so that as everyone knows, our local vendors, they do support our community as well. So that's great. Okay, they've been sitting pretty quiet. Fire department. Normally, you set up by the baseball diamond and the canteen. This year, the canteen will not be open, but we're looking to have you set up with some equipment and pub ed and items like that. Is that that's good for you guys there, Gene?
Yeah, for sure. Whatever you need, Lloyd.
Okay. The other thing Andrew had offered before you come on board was the one tent. We want to use it so that we can have some people doing the face painting and the balloon making and some other stuff like that. They can
Did
be
you work on
under-
a deal for rent on that or?
Oh, yeah, it's all looked after. It's all
Okay,
looked- Yeah.
no, whatever you need, we'll be there.
Yeah, and also, that night when we're having fireworks, normally we have your trucks down there as well, just in case something goes south on us. You guys will be there, so I expect you to be there as well, correct?
That's right.
Also, Chief, we got, and I think Phil, did the driving simulator come through okay?
It's just for everyone's information, it's community policing's there. It's their property. So they have a meeting and it's going to be discussed by Constable Joustra. He's the rep from the office, so he'll be discussing with them and requesting on our behalf. So we'll know I'll probably have a response tomorrow.
Okay, perfect.
The idea was if it could fit under a fire department's tent, just with it being level up on the asphalt at that location would be the best location for it.
Yeah, that's what we had discussed with Andrew. Chief, what we thought is we'd have that up right where you guys were. There is power there, and when people are around, they could get on it and do whatever. And like Phil said, it'd be on the asphalt, nice and level, and it just seems to go hand in hand. That would be great. So, good with that, Gene?
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, Ed was actually here the other day and did a show and tell with us with the simulator and his trailer. So, yeah, no, we'll work together for sure, Lloyd.
Perfect. Okay. Perfect. That would be great. Okay. I got down here library set up. Emily, they're going to set up a booth as well.
Yeah, just as they have, well, in previous years, right? And kind of part of their program in the summer, their pop-ups with books.
Yeah.
So yeah, they, I guess we'll just have to find them a spot that day, but I'm sure that can fit into the floor plan when everything is marked out. But yes, they are pleased to be participating.
Perfect. Looking forward to having them there. Okay, the other thing that the subcommittee had discussed was purchasing a couple, we call them pop-up tents. And the committee would like to purchase 2. There is room to do that. I went and got a price at the new Brighton building supply, and a 10 by 10. It's a sturdy one as well, not one of those cheap ones. It's $239.99, and for both of them, it's $479.98 to get 2. And I believe we can use them. One for our members to get under, and when we're meeting, greeting people as well. And then we put another one beside it. We can put other people in there as well, and possibly use it for the Queen Jubilee as well. So Jessica, would I need a motion to purchase them?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions before I ask for a motion? And this definitely would stay with this committee. We do have a room where we store stuff, so it would definitely stay there. So could I have a motion to purchase 2 tents?
I'll move that, Lloyd. This
Okay.
is something we've looked at for several years being on this committee, right? And
Yes.
we've never really had any good shade cover. As far as rain is one thing, but sitting out in that sun all day, it can be pretty tough for some people. So I think this is a good purchase. We've waited long enough.
Yeah. You have a seconder?
I see Phil.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
I support this.
Carried. Thank you. That's, oh, fireworks. Did I talk about fireworks?
No.
No. Oh, that's the last thing to talk about right here. So my job was look after fireworks. So I called the people that we have do the fireworks. The last time they were here, they put on a lovely show. Everyone was ecstatic. And that cost $7,000. And so I asked them to do the same show. So it's going to be $9,000 for the same show. So the subcommittee thought that would be just perfect to do the same show at $9,000. So Jessica, that's everyone, that's all I have for Ken today. Is there any questions before we make a motion here to accept all this? Go ahead, Gene.
So what are we doing for first aid, Lloyd? Are you expecting the fire department to manage that, or do we have St. John's or a local group?
That's a good point. I'm glad you brought it up. We normally rely on the fire department at this point.
Okay, because there may be an opportunity to work with our Northumberland County paramedics, because they have a community outreach van or program for some pub ed as well, and see if they're interested in participating in Brighton this year.
Oh, I think that would be great to have them there. Yes.
And yeah, so I'll talk to the chief. I'll take that one there. I'll talk to Chief Brown and see if we can arrange something there.
Good.
Don't want our guys strapped too much. If we're looking for fireworks and first aid at the same time, we don't want to, somebody's going to get shorted.
Yeah, well, just for your information, Gene, 1 year after the fireworks, we were there, the fire department was there, and one guy went down and we did CPR on him, and he's still walking today because of that. So,
Good.
so that, you never know. So, but to have them there, that would be awesome. We'd find a spot for them, no problem at all, if they want to come. So, any other questions?
Lloyd, do you want to expand on the Jubilee booth?
Yeah, I can.
Just so the committee knows about it.
Yeah, so at our subcommittee meeting, we're going to have a booth put up with some stuff from two ladies have pictures and items that they can show from the Queen, and we thought we could put them under one of these tents and do a display all day so that people could walk in and have a look at it. And I guess from what we understood, there's a picture of the Queen and someone from Brighton in there as well. I can't remember the name of the person, but it sounds very.
That was Marjorie.
That was who?
Marjorie Morgan. Morgan.
That's right. That's right. But wasn't there a guy as well?
Her father?
Goodrich or Loomis or?
Yeah, Marjorie's
Yeah.
father. I think he
Yeah.
was a reeve or something at the time in the area,
Yes.
from the township or from the town. Yeah.
Yeah. So excuse me. Like I said, well, got to have another subcommittee meeting with the Platinum Queen Jubilee, and we're waiting for more information to come back to us to confirm on stuff, how we're going to go forth for the day. But as like Phil said, we definitely are going to have a tent set up where people can go in and see this. It's a good point, Phil. Anything else to add to that, Phil?
Nope.
Good. Okay, anyone else? How do you want to sum this up, Jessica?
All right, so it depends. It's up to you guys whether you want to do one motion, and I will list out the amount of money for each thing, or if you want to break them down into separate motions for each thing. But if you're all kind of in consensus with the money that you're spending, I would pretty up the wording a bit, but something along the lines of that the committee will, and then you'll have purchase cake and cutlery for $500, book Ian Roy, and is it Downbeat?
Yes.
Downbeat for music entertainment for $900, rent several bouncy castles, popcorn machine and snow cone machine for $5,254.50. I don't know, rent a face painter for $150, rent a balloon person for $300, purchase 2 10x10 pop-up tents for $479.98, and a fireworks show for $9,000.
Also, we're going to be purchasing prizes for the fish pond.
Yeah, you didn't really have an actual firm. I thought that might wait.
Okay, we can wait on that. Yeah. Yes, that's.
Are you okay with it being just one kind of encompassing?
Yeah, I am.
Motion and listing it out?
Did we get the donation, Jessica, for the cadets?
Oh, no, sorry, I missed that. It was $300, right?
$300,
yeah. Good catch, Phil.
Okay, so donation to cadets for $300.
Yeah.
Added in there. So if you're good with that all kind of encompassed together, then we can do that as one motion.
Yeah, I'm good with that. That's perfect.
Okay. So you can put that to a vote.
Okay, we're looking for someone to make a motion.
You see Emily and Heather.
Okay. All in favor?
Yes.
See all the hands.
Good. Carrie.
Perfect.
Thanks, everyone. And the subcommittee, thanks very much. You worked very hard on it. Very hard.
I have a question, Lloyd.
Yes.
Just because, my question is because when people see these minutes, they'll see that we are spending a significant amount of money this year for Canada Day. Can we be reminded as to how much we received? I think Jim would know this from the Celebrate Canada grant, and that are we still waiting for monies from the Queen's Jubilee fund as well? It just kind of helps. It just kind of helps offset some of the cost. But like I say, when we total up, I mean, the number that I've got written down is pretty significant. So it helps when we know that we're getting money from other partners to offset some.
I can confirm that we received $2,940 from the Canadian Heritage Grant.
Still waiting on Queen's Jubilee funds.
And what we had budgeted for Canada Day is $16,835. So I don't think we're too far out of the way from what we've been spending other years, but that's a good point, Emily, to bring up.
Yeah, well, I think that when I take that $2,940 off, that puts us pretty close to what we spent previously then. It's just like I said, it sounds significant when you run up the tab, but hopefully people get it.
Normally we get more from the grant, but this year we didn't. So it will make it a little closer, but normally we get a bit more. And if when the $5,000 grant comes in for the Queen Jubilee, some of that will be paying for the cakes and the fireworks and other in music and stuff like that we had set aside. So that will bring the cost down some too, as well.
And further, Lloyd, there's the rebate for the deposit owing from the former bouncy castle company that we'll be getting to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they should have had that as well. So probably $700 or $800 that would be, I would think. So I think we're in fine shape that way. Yes. Anything else before we move off of that? Okay, 6.5. Music in the park. Council did approve the extra $2,000. So we have secured 14 bands from June 1st to August 31st at the cost of $8,700, and we're $200 under budget.
Sorry, Lloyd, could you say that amount again?
8,700.
Thank you.
And we may have to purchase some magnet signs and stuff like that to put on the board, but other than that, I think we're straightforward. So we're looking for any questions? And on your minutes, you'll see the list of the bands and when they're playing.
Just gonna add to Lloyd, will come out with a full promotional plan from the municipality, from my department as well, and get this underway shortly into May, so people start thinking about it, because the first one's June 1st, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's right. So I was hoping you would step up there and get her rolling. And a lot of the bands have asked that I send them when you do the advertising, because they can send it around to their followers as well.
Yeah, we'll on social media, we'll tag them if they have accounts for the various types of media, which they'll be able to share. And then what I will do, I'll reach out to you tomorrow and I'll ask for the contacts for the band so they can send us really good images that we can include when it's their week. So
okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Perfect. I know Phil has some and I have some, so.
Lloyd, Emily's just got her hand up there.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Ben, is there opportunity to plug both the food bank and Sunny Days, as we hope that they're going to be recipients of the 50/50s that we hold this year?
Yep, sure. I'll write that down right now.
Yeah. So the Brighton Fair Share Food Bank and the Sunny Days program, we're going to be splitting the proceeds. We're going to work each 2 weeks about. I'm going to be meeting with Sunny Days again so we can set up a schedule with them. We will both be there for the Bentwood Rocker one on June 1st. And then after that, it'll be 2 weeks about between each one, but it'd be nice to kind of promote both those charities for the community this summer. Maybe folks will dig a little deeper in their pockets, as I know the food bank, I know we can use it, but I know Sunny Days can use it as well. Thank you.
All good.
So Lloyd, did you want to do a motion for the $8,700?
Okay, looking for someone to move that.
You see Phil?
Just a question.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Could we also throw in that motion that monies be availed to cover the new magnetic band names as we require? Because we've got quite a few new bands this year. So we can just throw that in so we don't have to ask for money for that at a later date.
Yeah, do we know how much it is?
Do you know, Lloyd, roughly, were they 40, 50
Well,
bucks a shot?
they have been doing them for free. And I'm waiting to see whether they will or not. So what I can do is when I go and talk to them, if there's a fee, I'll just come back to the committee how much it is.
Okay. All right, so we'll just keep it at the 8,700. So Phil moving. And I see Heather seconding.
Good.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Good. That was a big one to get off the plate. Okay. Number 7, correspondence. I don't have any. Do you have any, Jessica? Okay.
No, we don't.
Next meeting is May 10th, 4:30. Could be Zoom, could be in person.
Could be in person.
Okay, thanks everyone. Good meeting. And any questions, concerns, don't be afraid to send me an email or whatever, or Jessica.
I did
Okay.
have a question. I did have a
Oh.
question, Lloyd. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I was just scratching some notes. I was approached last night by a food vendor regarding concerts in the park. So do you want that on the next meeting for the next agenda?
Yeah.
I know we had a loosey goosey.
We weren't
Yeah.
sure how to move ahead with that.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can get some more information on that for the next meeting. Perfect. Thanks, Emily.
I didn't want to be the decision maker here, but we did speak about it at our Canada Day subcommittee, wondering how we would handle what goes on. Maybe you and I will have a sideboard discussion.
Yeah, because I think what come down to is kind of let them. We have to figure out what the bylaw says, and maybe, for what I'm understanding, they have to say beginning of the year where all they're going to set up, and then they just go and set up once they get their permit. I don't know. We'll have to figure that. But we'll have a chat before the next meeting.
Yeah, let's have it for the next meeting. Gives us a few weeks.
Okay.
I
Executive might have some info.
would recommend you talking to Alan regarding the bylaw. I
Okay.
guess he might be able to interpret it a little better.
Okay. Sounds good. We good?
Yep.
Okay, thanks again, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the evening.